This is why people say Kamala ain't black. What's going on, y'all? A lot of people are going to get this book. And I'm glad. Y'all heard me talk about the book. It's an amazing book, Experiencing the American Dream. This is the perfect book to read for the people that love my stuff. The people that watch me are all patriotic Americans, and we are all capitalists, and people need to understand the connection between your finances and the American dream. Mark Matson wrote this book. I know him personally. He's an incredible guy. And literally, me and my wife took the American Dream Experience, which is a 2-day course, and it literally changed our lives. I went into it thinking that, I like Mark. He my homie. You know what I'm saying? I go take the class. You know, I take the class. See what he talking about. I was blown away. And a lot of what is explained in American Dream class is associated in this book. So Mark talks about his story, which is incredible, but he also speaks about things that are connecting you and the way you invest. The most incredible book you're going to read this year. Go get you one. Link is in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris, people are only voting for Kamala Harris for 2 reasons, maybe 3 reasons. 1 is that they're completely ignorant of politics. 2, they hate Donald Trump. 3, because she's black and a woman. That's the only options. There is nobody that thinks she has a legitimate policy position because she's never implemented it. And if you look at any of her policy positions before when she ran for president, they're completely different than what she claims she represents today. And she haven't espoused anything. And we're going to see it right here in this video. And then let me just address black people because this is the National Association of Black Journalists event that Donald Trump went to first, mind you. He accepted the invitation. He spoke to them first. She's now coming in after he already then cleaned up. She's trying to come in after him to try to get a good look. I'm telling you, man, I told Nick this, and Nick couldn't attest to it. I wish we recorded it. That when she begins to speak unscripted, she is going to lose so much support. She's going to turn so many people off because she's not smart. She's unserious. She has no policy positions. And everybody's looking for her to be better than Trump. Please be better than Trump. We hate Trump, so she's got to be better. And then they listen to her talk and they say, oh my God, she's worse than we think Trump is. But they're going to vote for her anyway because she's a black woman. But anyway, I want y'all to listen to this real quick. And you tell me what you think. And we're going to watch a little bit of it and wait to the end because the end is probably the most awkward point or part about this entire video. Roll the clip.
Voters are better off now than they were 4 years ago. Are they better off now than they were?
Let me go back to the question. All right.
Voters are better off.
Whether or not voters are better off now than they were 4 years ago. That's what it says. I think the clip got cut off.
Now than they were 4 years ago. Are they better off now than they were 4 years ago?
Now, the first thing that should come out of her mouth is yes, they are better. 100% they're better, and here's why. That's all that needs to be said. Now, what is she going to say?
So when we came into, well, first of all, let me just say it is good to be with the National Association of Black Journalists, and I thank you for the work you do and that your members do every day.
He asked you a question.
It's very important that we ensure that this organization and your members always have the resources and the platforms to deliver the voices that must be heard. So I thank you for hosting me today. 4 years ago, when we came in during the worst.
She still ain't even, she ain't came close to addressing this man question. I want to see, Nick, we got to put a timer on the screen. I want to see from the time he asked her the question, how long is it going to take her to actually say anything remotely related to his question? Nick, I want to put the timer on the screen. Let's start when he started.
Years ago.
Are
they better off now than they were 4 years ago?
So when we came into, well, first of all, let me just say it is good to be with the National Association of Black Journalists, and I thank you for the work you do and that your members do every day. It is very important that we ensure that this organization and your members always have the resources and the platforms to deliver the voices that must be heard. So I thank you for hosting me today. 4 years ago, when we came in during the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. We came in during the worst public health epidemic in centuries. We came in after the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And a lot of it due in large part to the mismanagement by the former president as it relates to COVID and obviously January 6th.
Before we conclude, Madam Vice President.
Nick, did she ever answer that question or what? Because it's obviously cut right here. You see how many minutes in she was before and I don't think she ever answered the question. You listen, y'all. Please listen to this. If a person is jumping through hoops and dodging all this and doing all this contextual stuff, they're not really willing to answer the question. The way you appropriately answer a question is that you answer the question, then you elaborate, right? You give a short, sweet answer, and then you elaborate. If somebody said, Brandon, I don't know, was your kids better when they live with you or whatever? I don't know if you did say that, because I have a son that he just moved with me. Is your kids better off when you live with me? And I say, yes. And here's why. This what I would say. Or nothing against his mom or nothing, but I'm trying to give an example of how you do. I don't coach a team or whatever the case may be. I haven't taken over a business. I run my own business from the ground up. Okay, we'll say this. Brandon, has your company improved since last year? I wouldn't think to say, you know what? First of all, I want to say thank you guys for having me here. And, when I first started this company, in 2018, we had a hard hill to climb. It was very difficult. I did it all by myself. We did that. Like, I wouldn't even think to answer that. I don't know why I would answer it like that. The first thing that comes to my mind is that, let me answer your question. The answer is, yes, we are. And let me tell you one thing I'm really proud of that we've been able to do at this business. We went from 3 employees. I could have sworn it was just me, Nick, and Sky for a while. We used to meet at some other location where we rented out an office space. We started from there to now we had almost 18 employees at the height of our employment. A little bit less employees, but when you add the employees and contracts, it's about 18 people. And I was able to do XYZ and XYZ, and then the finances have grown from this to this year over year. Like, how is that not how you respond to, are people better off? You can rehearse a fake answer. She still can't get it right. All right, let's go.
Joyful warrior has been used to describe your campaign.
You didn't see that just a minute ago, though.
Joyful warrior.
Okay, I'm back to my joyful part.
And your opponent and Republicans have at times weaponized you laughing in campaign ads, for example. Why is joy important to you to insert into this election? And what do you make of Republicans using that as a way to suggest that you're not a serious candidate?
Well, sometimes I think, and I'll say to whoever the young people are who are watching this, there are some times when your adversaries will try and turn your strength into a weakness. Don't you let them. Don't you let them. I find joy in the American people. I find joy and optimism in what I see to be our future and our ability to invest in it. I find joy in the ambition of the people. I find joy in the dreams of the people. I find joy in building community. I find joy in building coalitions. I find joy.
Was she trying to be Langston Hughes or somebody? Paul Laurence Dunbar? I find joy. And she writing poetry?
Joy in believing that the true measure of the strength of a leader is not based on who you beat down, but who you lift up.
See, this is my whole thing here, man. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I feel like I would be a much better politician than she would be. Like, do you really believe what you're saying? And if you do, it's these responses are such softball responses, or at least softball questions. Do you find joy in it? Why can't you just be honest and say, look, man, I believe in God. God has given me this ability to have unwavering joy. I'm excited about life. I'm excited about America. I'm excited about the possibilities that we have. I'm excited that I'm put in this position to make a difference. That's what I'm excited about. Every chance I get to go on stage and I get to talk to people and I get to pass a message on. I remember when I was young and I was praying, God, let me be an impact to somebody. And I never forgot that. That's why I'm happy about what I do. That's why I'm joyous when I see people, walking down the street, seeing me at restaurants or whatever. Officer Tatum. That's why I'm joyous, because I remember where I came from. And you can't fake excitement. And you don't need to be, whatever. She can just go on and on. But she's giving these politically correct. I'm joy about the woman in North Carolina that's going to the grocery store. You're no, you're not. What are you talking about? I'm joyous about what it is that could be, that was always going to be. It's ma'am, can you, do you have a genuine bone in your body? All right.
And I think we should all find joy and have a sense of optimism about who we are as Americans and what we mean to each other and what we can do to lift each other up.
President Biden spoke to former President Trump after the attempt on his life this weekend. Have you spoken to him?
I have.
And earlier today, I assume?
Yes.
How'd that go? You want to give us some intel?
Sure. I
Softball question, man. They beat Trump up when he came up in there. Ma'am, do what you like to.
checked on him to see if he was okay.
Yeah.
And I told him what I have said publicly. There's no place for political violence in our country. I am in this election and in this race for many reasons, including to fight for our democracy. And in a democracy, there is no place for political violence. We can and should have healthy debates and discussion and disagreements, but not resort to violence to resolve those issues.
On January 6th, your vehicle was allowed to kind of pass a viable pipe bomb. We've seen...
No, I was in the building.
You were in the building. And we've seen...
She was... Listen, she's so disingenuous. She said she was in the building, which is true, but she left the building hours before any of this happened. So on January 6th, she was in the building, but she left on surveillance camera. She leaves the building before any of this happens. And when all of this January 6th stuff went down, she wasn't there. Now she's being disingenuous. He tried to give her a pass. Your vehicle was able to pass this pipe bomb on January 6th. No, I was there. No, you weren't there when the action was happening. You happened to be there earlier that day, but you left. Why are you lying? And they won't push back against her.
What's happening with former President Trump. Do you have full confidence in the Secret Service to protect all of you?
I do.
You feel safe, you and your family?
I do. But, I mean, you can go back to Ohio. Not everybody has Secret Service. And there are far too many people in our country right now who are not feeling safe. I mean, I look at Project 2025 and I look at, like the Don't Say Gay laws coming out of Florida. Members of the LGBTQ community don't feel safe right now. Immigrants or people with...
Don't say gay law. That's not, first of all, that's not even the name of the legislation. They just make up stuff.
An immigrant background don't feel safe right now. Women don't feel safe right now.
What?
And so, yes, I feel safe. I have Secret Service protection. But that doesn't change my perspective on the importance of fighting for the safety of everybody in our country.
You are the vice president. You are the vice president currently. Like, as she's talking, she's the VP. As she's talking, her administration is in power. And she's openly saying that people don't feel safe right now in this country. And somehow they're going to mysteriously be safer when you're the president?
And doing everything we can to, again, lift people up and not beat people down so they feel alone and are made to feel small. and made to feel like they're somehow not a part of it or us.
Madam Vice President, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. I've appreciated it.
The most awkward handshake I've ever seen in my life. I mean, watch it, but can you be genuine and hug people? I mean, these people clearly have been vetted. They've clearly been checked and cleared through Secret Service. Because I've been to Trump, I've been to the White House a few times when Trump was there. I've met Trump, I've been to Trump events, and we all have to get cleared through Secret Service, and you can't enter into the building without being metal detected. Magnetometer or something they call it. I don't know what it's called. But you can't go into a building without being checked. So these people are fine, they're checked. Secret Service can jump on stage and put somebody in the chokehold in a second. Ma'am, if you were really black to the point where it matters, right? Not that you got a drop of black blood in you from 2,000 years old or something crazy. But if you were really black, this is not how you greet black people. Not when you supposed to be black. I don't understand how she ended up doing it like this. Look at these handshakes. Even they were kind of like, everybody confused at what to do. She stand at a distance and just reach her hand out. Reach your hand out. Obama wouldn't have done that. Obama is more black than Kamala is. Obama would have hugged that young lady, dapped up homeboy and them. He would have dapped up. We seen Obama do this the other day. He dapped somebody up. What's up, bro?
Good to see you, man.
See you alone. Got my vote.
All right.
Couple introductions, we'll get you out of here. This is John O'Rourke.
Nice to meet you, John.
Mr. Ian Roberts.
Nice to meet you.
Peter Tencio.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Jerome Smith.
Come on, brother. What's up, fam? You know this.
Heath Williamson.
Nice to meet you.
Mary
All right.
Woodbury.
Nice to meet you.
Jay Martell.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Tasha Robinson.
Come on, come on, come on. Feel that?
Emily George.
Feel that? All right. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Daryl Stokes.
Come on. What's up, fam? How you doing? All right. Never forget about that, because that's all we got. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. All right. Oh, bring it in. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. All right. Nice to meet you. All right. Nice to meet you.
1/8 black.
Afternoon, my octoroon. Come on, bring it in there. Tuck that.
He blacker than she is. And one reason, because he married to a black woman. She married to a white man. And when I say black, I mean culturally. Look at how she talked. She just shook their hand and walked out of there.
Not a part of.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. I've appreciated it.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Let me get out of here. Bye. See y'all Negroes later. See you next election. That's the epitome of Democrat. And then, oh my God, I just found something. This is the epitome of how Democrats treat black people. This is exactly how Democrats treat black people. Let me walk you through the scenario. Black people
I've appreciated it.
say whatever they're going to say about the Democrats. The Democrat want to walk away from the black man, but she remember that she need their vote. So as she get ready to walk off, go shake their hand. But sis, keep a distance, sis. Keep a distance. Keep a distance, brother. Yeah, brother, you too. See you Negroes later. They out. See you in the next election. And then they leave black people doing what? How do black people feel after every election? Like this. Look at them. Hey, what? Hey, they didn't do nothing for us. I thought they were going to help us this time. I don't know. What we're supposed to do now? We'll just vote next time? Oh, okay. Let's get our bags and leave. That's what they do to us. Epic fail, in my opinion. They softballed the F out of all the questions I've seen. And then she's just word salad, word salad, word salad. I would like a genuine person to run for president. That's why I think Donald Trump connects, because I think that even in his imperfections, he's at least genuine. You're like, oh, this dude crazy for real when he say certain things. But that's how he really feel. I just think subconsciously people are attracted to genuineness and not scripted stuff. Every time I hear a person say on the campaign trail, and it makes me think about Jennifer from Ohio, that, put her kids through school. Jennifer and James, 2 kids that she put through school at Wilmington Elementary School. Or Jason that I met in Wyoming, and his wife Jennifer and their ranch. And these are the American. Shut up. You memorize these people. You don't genuinely remember these people. You memorize them for a campaign speech. And who knows, man? Nobody know if you met a Jennifer or James or not, because who's going to verify that? I hate when people say that if that's not a genuine experience. Every politician say that. It's like they coach them to say, you got to tell the person's name and say something that relates to the thing. Just make up a name and a wife and the kids. And just like Fabian and his family of 3 that I met in Ohio. Sick of it. Just shut up, man. Tell us what we all experiencing this life in real time. Can you experience it with us, or are you so out of touch that we can't connect? Anyway, get you one of these hats. See you on the next one. I'm out.